1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Somebody tells you have too many bikes and you don't need any more. Stop talking to them. You don't need that kind of negativity in your life. Don't let them bully you. Don't let them gaslight you. You do not have too many bikes. You have too little storage. The struggle is real. I've been there. I've been through this. I've made mistakes overcoming this, and my mistakes will even help you. So stick with me. We'll get through this together. I care. I'm a friend. We're going to get through this. Let's go. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. All right.
Side from Side Cycles. Exciting. Global headquarters, a little cluttered right now. Got some bikes pulled down from the bike hangers. I am getting ready to install some new trolley track slider, high density bike racks at the Side Cycles global headquarters here at the Happy Place. A little cluttered right now. I got some working bikes and stuff like this pulled down. Let me show you how I normally store my bikes. They're normally hanging back here. I mean, everything from the tandem, the commuter bike, my regular whip, my Merckx Titanium, Le Mans 853, mountain bike, stuff like that. And then I've got kind of the workshop side right here. Some frames, some projects, some stuff going on, stuff to work on. We're gonna manage that a little bit better. Jules, what do you got? Look at that. It's Jules Winfield. What's he holding? Whoa, dude. What do you got there? Here's what he's got. I just got shipped in from Amazon. Some really cool stuff. I got 4 5-foot sections of channel rail here. Here's one of them. I got trolley hangers, the brackets, made in Vietnam. Brackets to hold it up with, screw it up to the rafters, and take a little bit of hardware. I've always got bike hooks. I mean, a variety of bike hooks. So anyway, let me show you this. I got a quote from a place in England. It's called Stash, I think it is. Fancy schmancy trolley track sliding bike racks from England, extruded aluminum. It would be aluminium. So, got a quote from them, and for about 20 feet of storage. I'm going to end up with 20 feet of storage here. And the quote was, I'm seriously sorry to be stuttering about Stash, but Stash is seriously staggering, so stick around and listen to this. Boy, I'm glad I don't have to listen. Welcome back. It's the next morning, and I've been to Ace Hardware for another $12 worth of hardware. I got cinch bolt pinch hardware, right, nuts and bolts right there to squeeze that. I got lag bolts to hang these up onto the ceiling. So 10 feet. It's going to go from right here back there. I'm going to be able to hang frames, wheels, stuff like that, and we're going to see how it goes. Okay, I've been working on my trolley track slider bike racks, hanging bike racks. I started with my workbench, frames, wheels, stuff like that. I got bad news. The bad news is the stuff I bought is 4 or 5 foot pieces of crap.
They have this thick, crusty galvanizing on the inside rail where the trolleys would be supported. It's all knurled and glitchy. Stuff is absolute crap. So that's the back. So I ordered some Chinese piece of crap track. My roller tracks will not even roll 10 miles from my house. I never shop at Lowe's. There's none near my house. 3 10-foot sections. They're 35 bucks each. Otherwise, I had 4 5-foot sections. This stuff is nice. It works. Look at that. The garbage I put up earlier today will not even roll in the track. So I pissed away $101 on the Amazon piece of crap stuff. Lowe's has really nice. This is a nice product. Yeah, really. I think this is going to work perfect. So my loss is your gain. I'll save you the runaround. Okay, so now by now in my project, you probably have seen I had some problems with the quality of the materials that I got on Amazon round 1. So I've wasted some money. I did want to show you the difference between Amazon, what I got on Amazon that I couldn't see. And unbeknownst to me, there was local choices that turned out much, much better. And I didn't know about that. But from Lowe's Hardware, the Amazon stuff here is just, it's really cheesy, really crappy. Look at the finish. It looks like they painted it with sand and paint mixed together. And it barely rolls in there versus the Lowe's version. Looks like it's from a company called CoreFit. Much nicer quality. I want to show you also the hooks. Pay no attention to the hooks that Jules did have. And he had some. I was making it way too complicated. I was putting 2x2 wood pieces on there and traditional screw-in bike hooks because I thought that maybe you might need to switch or pivot or swing the bikes one way or the other. No, you don't. You just need to hang a bike up and take a bike down, hang a bike back up. I'm not worried about pivoting and swiveling. Therefore, rather than trying to make it all fancy schmancy, movable, pivotable, all you need is 1/4-inch steel rod. Go to Home Depot, Lowe's, Menards, something like that. You buy typically, it's a 6-foot rod, 1/4-inch outside diameter, 1/4-inch OD. Buy yourself some tubing, 1/4-inch inside diameter, and on your bench vise, put a couple of just strap bolts in there, and that is how you can form your curves, your corners with this, if it didn't have the rubber on it. One of the challenges, however, is when you do get ready to make your hook itself, you really need a propane torch. You should torch it, and you can make a sharper bend. Without torching it, without heating it up, you really don't get a crimped over bend there like this. Now these I have made, and you can see how that hangs in there. And then on the bolts and the bench vise, I'll just make a candy cane there, and I'll put the poly hose on it. But the big thing is, you don't know what you're ordering from Amazon versus from Lowe's. Lowe's, super nice quality. Amazon, it's like a turd. You can't polish that one, man. So really crusty in there. And the big thing is, it's hard to see. Inside of here, you see the knurled portion of that? With that, it barely freaking slides. It would be so frustrating. A couple things too. Not only are there rollers for Unistrut, there are also little T-channel things like this. Like I do have stuff up here that I'm hanging these frames from. Okay, and those are just little T-channels. But, and there's the old wood fancy schmancy ones that got too complicated. Don't need that. Really, all you need is 1/4-inch rod that's bent, crimped at the top. There you go. That's what it looks like up high. And that's all you need. Hey, you know what? When I filmed this 11 months ago in March, one of my project frames that was hanging up here was a black Specialized Tri-Cross cyclocross frame. And now it's a whole bike. And it's got 350 miles of trail dust on it from the Great Allegheny Passage, C&O Canal, from Pittsburgh to Washington, D.C. And it just freaking rocked. Awesome bike. Awesome ride. So that's my story. Let's see what's next. Not only did the Specialized Tri-Cross turn from a frame to a full-blown bike with use, my Triumph that was sitting here last spring has turned into a Moto Guzzi. I tested out the Triumph at Dennis St. Louis at the shop because it stranded me last fall with electrical problems. So it has been repaired. All I have to do is get to St. Louis, pick it up, ride it back. But yeah, 9 degrees outdoors. That ain't happening for a little while right now. All right, let's get back to a prior video of me fabricating these hooks just from the steel rod that you will get at Menards, Home Depot, Lowe's, someplace like that. Watch out when it pops out of there, I go flying across the bench. Okay, here's my first tight bend. Okay. Okay, 15 inches, 12 inches, 10 inches. Okay, let's go over the costs of sliding, trolley track, unistrut, bike storage systems. DIY or pony up and buy it. So we covered one of these is called stashproducts.com, about $1,800 for 16 bikes. $114 per bike. Here's mine. Okay, I ordered 4 pieces of 5-foot track, and that's the crap from Amazon that I can't return now. I may sell it to a scrapper by the pound. So about $100, $101. The 2-wheel rollers. You don't need 4-wheel. You don't need, I mean, bikes don't weigh very much. We're not really moving much weight. So 2-wheel rollers, I got 16 of them. They're about $6.50 each, $105. The hanger brackets that hang it up there on the studs on the ceiling, 12 of those, they're about $6 each, $70. Miscellaneous nuts and bolts, washers. If you are north of the Mason-Dixon, that would be washers. If you're south of the Mason-Dixon, that would be washers. And if you're in Chicago here, it would be washers. So, depends on where you are. 1/4-inch steel rod, stuff like that. So about $300. I paid some extra money for an extra 10 feet of good stuff at Lowe's. So really about $335, just over $20 per bike. So, per bike. I got a whole bunch of frames, I got a whole bunch of bikes back there, about $20 per bike. That's tough to beat. So, Stash, you can see that's about $114 per bike. Don't take my word for it, don't believe me. Go to this YouTube content creator called The Shred Shed. 5 new bike storage products for any garage or shed. And he goes over a 5 storage system. Oh, he didn't do stashed. Teal Triangle products. It's about $65 per bike. That was his cheapest. Steady Rack, $100 per bike. He did Topeak Swing Up, $100 per bike. He had one called Cradle, an overhead lift. It was $160 per bike. And he had one called Alt Angle Hanger Connect, which is basically, it's like a work stand, like a park stand. Kind of like that almost, that clamps on. And that was $265 per bike. So, here's my gig. I would suggest you should DIY unless you have a mansion and you forget the price. Give another $100. You ain't never been there. They tell you it's nice. You live in hotels and tear out the walls. You have accountants pay for it all. So just keep throwing $100 bills at the buying racks, or do it yourself for a stack of 20s. And hopefully life's been good to you like Joe Walsh, but you don't have to pay that kind of money. You can do your own and have some pretty nice racks. Hey, nice rack. So that's it. Cy from Cy Cycles. Don't forget, 4 wheels move the body, but 2 wheels move the soul. Ciao.